going, everybody? My Pokemaniacs, how are we? How we doing? Hopefully you had a good week. Hopefully you're doing well. Here it is, episode 2 of Pokemon Go, All or Nothing, Hundo or Nundo. Let's see how we did this week, and we can compare to how you did this week. For those who don't know, my name is Pokemaniac Ryan, or Pokemaniac Ryan S, as you'll see on Pokemon Go there. And I have a goal each week of reaching 50 kilometers, as well as catching one Hundo Pokemon or one Nundo Pokemon. And if we catch more than that, awesome. If we don't, there's nothing that happens. We're really just trying to make this goal. No current consequences or anything, but if we're open to consequences if you want to come up with something. So feel free to suggest in the comments. But as for this week, we're going to so thinking back to last week, we had done 83.2 kilometers. And then this week, as we're approaching the 9 o'clock time frame for ending the week, we reached 63.5 kilometers this week. Okay, and the total distance walked has increased there, of course, and the amount of Pokemon that we caught was around 2,366. And we got about 2.5 million XP. That's kind of rounding up just a little bit. And we were able to hatch 20 eggs compared to 30 eggs last week. And we had basically used daily incense every day except for Saturday and Sunday. Of course, we could have done it and maybe worked a little harder, but we're trying to still get some work-life balance in there. And as far as the events that happened this week, there was Mega Sharpedo Raid Day. And I just used all of my Mega Raid passes, the free ones, totaling 6, just one every half an hour, something like that. Got one shiny, and none of the IVs were good. We traded away the shiny over to my wife, because she had wanted it, because she loves those pink shinies. Who doesn't love a pink shiny? And so as far as how many shinies we caught this week, we were at 13, make it 14 actually. So 14, including that Sharpedo that we had traded away. And then as far as Hundos, well, I'll get to that in a minute. We didn't catch any Nundos. I won't hold that from you. We didn't catch any Nundos. So as far as the shinies go, here were the ones that we got. So we started off the week from completing the remaining kind of community day research for Rookity, and we got ourselves another Rookity, but the IVs were not ideal. But it's fine. We'll take any shiny every day of the week, which we kind of did, but I'm not going to brag. So we started off the Kanto celebration, and that was the other event that happened this week, with a shiny Charmander. That, of course, we evolved into shiny Charizard to get that Blast Burn move, so that we kind of have it as trade fodder for later on for anyone. And then, of course, we got our shiny gold Magikarp. This is like my 20th. It's a crazy amount. I mean, this was literally the first shiny in the game, so no big surprise there. And then, of course, we got Chansey. There's a 1 in 64 chance of getting Chansey. Take a chance on me, Chansey. And so, high odds that we were going to grab that one. So we got one of those. I think we actually got a couple of those. And then you'll see that we've got Alolan Grimer. This is shiny Alolan Grimer trying to cosplay as Kanto Grimer, because that's a purple. He wanted to participate in the Kanto celebration. We appreciate your participation, Grimer. You did a really good job, almost tricked us. So that was fun to see. And then we also got a shiny Bulbasaur. So we got now 2 of the 3 starters from Kanto. We also evolved that to get the Community Day move Frenzy Plant. So one of the best excuse me, not one of, the best move that Venusaur can have. Okay, let's keep going. We got another shiny Charmander with not so good IVs, of course. But again, we evolved it all the way up to Charizard to get that move. And we keep going. We got another one. Only this one was small, extra small. Just a will guy. He's just a will guy. Shiny Charizard, another one in the entry there for the week. And let's keep doing it. Let's get another Chansey, huh? So many chances to get Chansey. We got another one. Again, not the best IVs that we want here. And then we did get a shiny Abra. This one did not evade us. Okay, didn't avoid the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. But still not very good IVs. We kept it as is. You know, no Community Day moves for Abra that we were able to evolve for this event. And then we had Blastoise. We finally completed the Kanto starters, one of each of them at least. And we, of course, evolved it all the way up to get Hydro Cannon. Again, best move that Mr. Big Man Blastoise can get. And we got another one. And that was this. Oh, no, I was about to say that was the same day. It was actually one day and then the next. Okay, but that was not until kind of the end of the week, right? And then Kanto Celebration's over. We're thinking, okay, the shinies are over too. No, not true. Shiny Zigzagoon made an appearance as well. The IVs again are not that great, but really made the way to end the rest of the week. And then of course like I said, we did have that shiny Sharpedo. So that was a total of 14 shinies for the week. We were definitely rolling in them, especially with the event. Now, as far as Hundos, let's find out. If anyone... Oh, sorry, I was looking in the wrong place. In case anyone was paying attention or joined in on stream on Thursday, we were going through our research stack, and we were able to secure the Hundo Miltank. We milked it for all it's worth, all of those research tasks, and we were able to get ourselves a Miltank. I named it Whitney Tank because if you ever played the main series games, Miltank is known for being one of the tankiest, most obnoxious Pokemon that Gym Leader Whitney had. And I figured I would name it Whitney in honor of Whitney. So, we got that on Thursday. We cleared the research stack and we found it on stream live. And so I'm new to YouTube, but if I can, I'm going to link it here somewhere, if I can, the reaction to that. So feel free to check that out on YouTube. I also have it on TikTok. So check it out there. You would think that would be it, you know? One and done on the Hundo, right? That was on Thursday. But yesterday, just chilling at home, watching football, NFL weekend, what do we find but one Hundo Pokemon Kanto starter? So Mr. Bulbasaur decided to make an appearance and grace us with his presence. Unfortunately, the wife didn't get it. The Go Plus did not catch this one. I was manually catching as we were chilling there. Because, you know, the grind never stops, right? So we were able to secure a second Hundo for the week. Okay, so, and just for reference, the Miltank, there was a 1 in 216 chance because those are from the research encounters where the IV floor is 10, 10, 10. So, pretty good chance to be able to find a Hundo from the research, which is what I'm spamming a lot of to give me the highest chances of reaching these goals, right? But Bulbasaur, on the other hand, 1 in 4,096? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just chilling in the living room. So that was great. That was great. So, those are the hundos from the week. Now, before we go on and kind of talk about what we're doing next week, I had mentioned in the previous video that we are going to max out not one, but two this week, because we kind of took a week to see if we could actually, maintain the streak, which we did, and we gained some. No big deal. But since we did that, I'm going to max out 2 hundo Pokemon, and I gave some real thought into it as far as what I'm going to max out. And I think I came up with some pretty good firsts here for the channel. So first things first, what better place to start than number 1 in the Pokedex, Bulbasaur, right? I already have a maxed out Venusaur, of course, 100% maxed out Venusaur. So now all we're needing for this evolution line is Ivysaur, okay? But I figured since we've got him, let's go ahead and start with the number... Oh, no. Whoa. The number 1... Oh, we got it. Hold on. We almost freaked out for nothing. There we go. Just need to transfer some candies and turn them into XLs. That's 1,000 candies. Is it? I think it's 1,000 candies. No, it's 100 candies. I can't remember. I literally just did it. But anyways, you can transfer regular candies into XLs, especially when you have a plethora of candy like I do for Bulbasaur. We were able to get it all the way to the 296. So, now we can max it out to 1,260, 300 Bulbasaur candy, 296 XL candies. Ready? 3, 2, 1, max them out. All the way from 83 CP to 1,260. Here he is, number 1 in the Pokedex and number 1 in your heart, Bulbasaur. So that's our first maxed hundo of this series. So that was the first one that I decided. And on the second one, I figured I would go and decide to look at what was one of my first hundos that I caught. What was one of the first hundos that I caught and kept, right? Because at the beginning of Pokemon Go, you could not IV check and really know if you had a hundo or not reliably. So I may have transferred some at some point, which is wild, right? But I didn't know. I was just a baby, right? So I figured the one that I would pick next would be my oldest hundo, Crobat. All my Crobat fans, go off in the comments. Let me know the love that you have for Crobat. Crobat's one of my favorites. I enjoyed Golbat getting an evolution in Johto, so I was very happy to see that. So, with that said, and we had already you can see I actually have 3 moves on it. I was using this one for Ultra League, as you can see, since it's $24.95. Not, of course, the best IVs being a hundo, but that, we do what we can with what we have, right? So, let's power it on up. 29.92, just 98 Zubat candies and 296 XL candies, 322,000 Stardust. Let's max them in 3, 2, 1. There it is. Max out Crobat for the Hundo Living Dex. Our oldest Hundo, Crobat. Welcome to the team, Crobat. Welcome to the team. All right. And so that's that. As far as, this week. This week is all done and dusted. Now it's just 2 minutes before the next week resets. Now, before we kind of go into goals for next week, I want to make sure and encourage you to like the video, comment who it is that you think I should max out next, or comment if you want me to show you all of my hundo Pokemon so that you know what you're working with and what we can choose, or else I'll just decide again, which is fine. And subscribe to the channel so that you can continue to see the progress that we make and if we reach these goals and follow along with your own goals, right? And share if you enjoy it with others, any other Pokemaniacs out there that you know in your life. Make sure and let them know what we're doing out here so that they can join in on the fun. All right, so looking forward to this week. We are looking for, again, 50 kilometers and 1 hundo or nundo. So just because we got 2 this past week does not mean that we're off the hook for this week. The extras are just extra. They're gravy. They don't tie into the next week, okay? So 1 hundo or nundo for the week. And so those are all the same, but the events are different. And the things that are going on are going to help us kind of get a better idea of what to do next, okay? So this week, as far as what I'm interested in, so on Tuesday, Spotlight Hour is going to be Trubbish. And we are going to be farming those Trubbish. 1, to get a hundo if we can. Not likely with the odds, but just to recoup some of that dust after we just maxed out 2 hundos, right? And I'm also going to be using, of course, a star piece to max out because it gives 750 stardust on its own. And it's going to be giving, I think, twice as much. And then with a star piece, it's just going to be insane. I don't know the math off the top of my head, but all I can tell you is that it's going to be insane. We'll also be using Spatial Rend, Origin Form Palkia's Spatial Rend ability to extend our reach of Pokemon so that we can get more and more Trubbish throughout the hour. I'm not going to be walking around necessarily. I'm just going to be chilling at home, hanging out, putting on an incense probably as well, just to really max out on that to get more Stardust, right? Wednesday is going to be Raid Hour for Origin Form Palkia, so that's going to help us recoup some of those candies from using Spatial Rend. And of course, we're looking for a hundo Origin Form Palkia. We have a 98. But we're looking for the hundo, of course. That's what we do here on this channel. Yeah, and then on Thursday, we're going to be streaming. So I've got already, stack of research here to start. Topping off with Galarian Meowth. That's where we'll start. Oh, and here's our reward for the week. Let's go. Got some rare candy, Pokeballs, Great Balls, and a 10K egg. So let's go. We'll see how it goes this week. So I have that research stack, and then I also have the Go Pass Deluxe. I still have some Pokemon encounters that I've gotten since Thursday, so we'll go through those as well to see if we have any shinies, see if we have any hundos, all that stuff. And then starting on Tuesday, we've got the Pokemon Concierge Celebration event. And with that, let's pull it up here. Hello. With that, we will be checking out and celebrating with Mr. Swimring Psyduck. What a cutie. Just vibes. No thoughts, just vibes. Trying to get that shiny, as well as a hundo, because we still need a hundo Psyduck. And then with that as well, let's see, where were the... Hello? Oh, sorry. Wild encounters. So, Celio, we still need a hundo Celio, as well as Shinx. So we have a hundo Luxray, but we need a hundo Shinx and Luxio. So we'll be going for that. And as far as raids, we are looking for a hundo Pikachu, Magikarp. Yes, we even did a bunch of lucky trades. Well, not lucky trades, but just general trades throughout the week. Me and my wife, she was, farming up the XL candy. I was trying to get a hundo, as well as, farming XL candies for my Snorlax. But still didn't get a hundo. We did got a 98. So that's not a go. That's not cutting it, right? All right. So then we also, like I said, we're already looking for Shinx, but we're probably not going to be doing raids for that. And then for 3-star raids, we've already got a hundo Arcanine, so we're set there. and the Luxray. So really our focus is going to be that Dragonite. Good old Dragonite. We've got the new Mega coming out with Z-A. And then as well, we only have a 98. So we need a hundo of that one, right? So we will probably, in terms of like our free raid passes, be trying to do at least one Dragonite, maybe two. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Okay, yeah, and then field research tax we'll find out as we go along. Yeah, and so that is that. Now, what else do we have going on this week? We already talked about Raid Hour. So then next, we've got Flabébé Community Day, which is going to be Sunday from 2 to 5. And for that, we need all of them. We need Flabébé, Floette, and Florges. We need hundos for all of them, because I think I only have like a 98. So we'll be grinding for all of that, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing this week. So best of luck to all of you. Hopefully you find a hundo, a shundo, or a nundo, or a shnundo, or a schlundo, or a lundo, all the undos. Hopefully you have a good week. Hopefully you reach any and all goals that you make. And if not, keep working hard. Keep working towards them. It's fine. You got time. Take your time and keep trying as hard as you can. Check us out on Instagram for fun AR photos with my Pokemon counters that I do on my daily incense each day. I believe it's Pokemaniac Ryan there on Instagram. I'm also, like I said, we're going to be streaming on the Purple app, Twitch, on Thursday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, going through our research stack, maybe doing some GBL encounters, depending on how the research stack goes, or if we're still needing a hundo, all of that. And then, of course, you can follow on all of the other apps that we are on for more content. So TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads, that's it. That's all. So have a good week. Thank you so much. And we'll see y'all next time in the next video. Bye.